So what did Shayla say when you told her that you're going to eat
She just
Taco Bell
rolled
every
her
day?
eyes and shamed me.
She shamed you?
Yeah.
Did she shame you, or was she trying to hold you accountable?
It's the same thing.
No, it's not.
You can stop. Yeah.
Don't tell me what to do.
Okay.
Dang, what a controlling older brother.
Yeah, dude.
I'm just the sound designer.
Who made that for you?
Greyson.
Oh, tight.
Isn't that pretty sweet?
That is pretty cool. How'd you make that, Gray?
Laser.
Oh, is that your new machine at work?
No,
This
but
is
it is an old
so
machine
long
at work.
ago.
Oh, tight.
Can that cut in any materials like glass and ceramic and wood? Or
It can't do metal. It's pretty low power. I think it's 60-watt laser. So it won't cut. It might etch glass. Like we've cut through like 1/4-inch plexi.
Okay.
We just use it for paper, cutting through paper.
For what?
For our decals, we print them on big sheets, and so then it goes through and it like cuts out the shape. So then we can peel that off and transfer it onto the porcelain.
Can you make decals for us or different?
I could, but only for our process. So we could high fire them onto porcelain and they'd last forever in the sun.
Jared either looks really tired or turned.
No, I'm tired. I'm not turned at all right now.
Why are we all so tired, dude? I like fell asleep when I got home from work.
Oh, really?
Bro, it's a day in the office for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's that early morning train ride. I know you guys don't want to hear about it, but it is, okay?
Grayson, have you seen the intro to the Lee episode yet?
No. Is that us giving Jared a hard time about the train?
No. It just
That's going to be a clip, though, for
No,
sure.
I
That's
haven't.
going to be a clip.
Yeah.
Sarah's been watching, and she was like, "You guys are so mean to Jared."
You are!
that's what
You
Shayla
are
says
so
too.
mean to me.
I was like, "Do you really think that?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Why?" And she was like, "He's talking about his train ride." You guys are like, "Oh, my name's Jared. I can't afford a car."
Thank you, Sarah. This will go in the episode. Thank
Okay.
you, Sarah.
But
And I was like, "That's just why we're funny together. We're just giving each other a hard time."
yeah, when Jared's yelling at us to listen, listen.
but hold
Jared
on.
does yell a lot.
Hey,
Yes.
but hold on. I'm not going to yell right now, but hold up. Neither of you ever gang up with me on the other one. I'm just saying.
That not true.
Hold on. You're right. Grayson, you have my back sometimes.
Yeah, like when the business partners are talking.
Yeah, dude. The business partner. Yeah, but we can't do that anymore. He finally
I-
ponied up, dude.
It could still be a joke. I
talked about it.
almost made that the intro to the last episode, but it then
No.
kind of got off the rails a little. There was no like clean out of it.
Yeah, but when he started talking, never mind. I won't ruin the intro. It's a good intro, Gray. You
All
just
right,
need to watch
I'll
it
check
later.
it out.
So before we, well, I guess we can just keep talking. Yeah, beautiful pro shot, blows me away every time. Boom.
Do we want to crack something before?
Yeah,
he
we
joins?
should start something, so we don't like immediately go right in.
I just got itchy. Now I feel like I look like I'm crying.
You got
It's
itchy
been-
eye.
It's been a hard week.
Yeah, you got itchy eye. I get the Dane Cook bit.
Oh,
It's raining.
You got
just on my face.
You got an itchy eye.
Yeah.
Grayson, crybaby. Grayson goes squirt.
There was that old Flight of the Conchord song where he's crying, but he's coming up with all these different things. I think one of them is it's raining just on my face or something like that. That guy's pretty funny. All right.
They're both funny. So this is a fresh crack for you, Grace.
Well,
Which one we started?
because my other ones are gone.
Which one we start? This one?
Special. Yeah,
Special.
yeah.
Yeah.
I should improve my lighting on this. I mean, I like the dark, but you can't really see the green.
I had a thought today that like once the studio's built, I'll have a camera set up like this, but just on my bottle shelf. So like when I'm sitting here and we're in a podcast and we go to pick it up, we just switch to that as we walk over and pick something. And
Heck yeah, dude.
That'd
That'd
be
be
dope.
so sick.
I'm totally serious about taking November off.
It's awesome.
How is that possible?
I mean, I have the PTO, and if we just creatively schedule our projects coming in, I just won't schedule anything for November.
Make sure you check your corks.
Yeah, these are twists.
Just kidding.
Oh. Well, I think this is... I had one of these that I think went bad. That smells Tracy.
Okay.
Oh, you're
we're
going with
doing-
a non-blend.
You said special?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted a different glass today.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Didn't hear
What?
that at all.
What? Oh,
Yeah, it's so
Nope.
quiet. Not picking up.
Special reserve?
did you
is-
ask Lee if he would send us a picture?
Yeah, so that's how all that stuff got started. Is like,
Sure.
I don't think I have a headshot, but I also got this really weird email today, and I was like, oh
Dang
dang,
it, dude! I
Oh,
wish we had it
no.
published already.
is your spill on the pour?
No, I'm
No,
bummed
he's-
about the Lee thing.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I
I
mean,
hope they approve it. That'd be awesome. I mean,
I hope they do too.
no spoilers. It's only going to help them.
Yeah,
But I mean, we also
For
don't have
sure.
like a following. You know what I mean?
yeah. So it's
Yeah, but everyone's talking about it right now. People will like them just searching Alien Earth because I'm gonna tag the heck out of it. You know what I mean?
I hope
Yeah.
we could post it.
it'll be
Dude,
cool.
it's-
I've told
and-
so many of my friends we just did that.
I know,
Oh,
so did I.
I've been telling everybody, and I've been watching it, tagging it for moments, and there are so many good moments. He was pretty silly with us. Like
Oh, yeah.
it's a good episode.
Did I show you any like the texts from him? He's like, yeah, those nerds, they're just being silly, and like, I don't know why we have to do all this, and it was funny.
Oh, really? That's funny.
Yeah, so I'm glad he is. Definitely, he's much more a back and forth with me on Instagram now that we've had the conversation.
Yeah.
Before it was just
That's
like,
cool.
yep, I'll be there.
I was
Thumbs
gonna
up.
start following him, but I didn't want it to be like weird because
Yeah,
I don't know.
I think it'd be fine.
He just seemed very protective, and I want to respect that.
Sure.
But also, like, dude, we hung out. We're bros
Yeah,
now.
but,
It's
his
cool.
account's not private, so
Oh, really?
I don't. Well, I mean, maybe it is, but I don't.
No,
think
it
so.
is private. He
is?
told us on the episode it was private. He keeps that stuff offline.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, maybe like his account isn't like set to approve, but maybe it is. I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, so Weller.
right. Weller, green label. Wait, are we reviewing this one or the 12-year tonight? Because I've never had the 12-year.
This one.
Maybe both. We'll see where
well,
the night
yeah.
takes us.
Yeah, I didn't bring my 12-year, but I brought something else.
Okay, before. Yeah, of course. Yeah, before I could even say before, you were already talking about something else.
Okay. I won't.
I was gonna say, Mr. Proofy. Okay.
Yeah.
What else did you bring? I want to know
Oh,
already.
that smells good.
You want to know already? It's just a little red.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
I don't have
guy.
that one.
You don't finish
Of course, you take the Proofy option.
it? So much better than the 12.
17 more points, man.
Is the 12 90?
They're both 90.
Oh. Well, should have grabbed mine, but oh well.
This smells pretty good.
It smells really good.
Yeah.
What do you get?
There's less red fruit than Buffalo Trace because that's been like my go-to sipper lately.
Yeah.
It's still there, but it's not as prominent.
These ones to me have always been super green apple. These Wellers, or at
Oh,
least
good call.
the green bottle.
Yeah.
Like I have
green
the
apple.
old squatty bottle of this that a coworker gave me, and it was so strong on that.
Do you remember which one we were drinking a few weeks ago where Greyson called out that caramel green apple sucker note?
I feel like we've had a couple of those actually.
No, we've had a couple where you always think they taste like popcorn, for sure. But you made that one, and that was identifiable immediately to me. But this one I don't get caramel on. This one's like
Oh,
really
really?
that crisp.
I get a lot of like vanillas, toffee.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of the almost just like sugar, like simple syrup.
Or brown sugar or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Confectionery. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys in on a secret.
What?
I had
Did
this.
you? Yeah,
I
you
have-
already
I ha-
warmed
I
up
have
with
this
it.
bottle at work. Or this
Yeah.
is my bottle from work, which was cracked. And I texted my wife today on the way home and said I did something dumb. And I know that's just already gonna put her like, uh-oh, did you get fired again?
No.
Because I think those were the words that I told her when I was in trouble. I was like, hey, I think I did something dumb. Or
Oh,
maybe I
no.
said it.
Okay.
Anyway, I texted her that, and she just texted, oh, no, ... And I was like, this is 4 p.m. And I was like, I just ate a jelly donut. It was like glazed and stuff because Wednesday's donut
That's
day
so
at work.
mean, dude.
That's so rude, dude.
With your track record.
Yeah, with your history
I was like,
of
wait,
dumb
eating a
things to
donut?
do.
Am I getting donuts without her a lot? I don't know. But anyway, there was some of this at work, and I just took like a little taste.
And,
Just see what it tastes like.
And just see what it tastes like. And it paired well with a glazed jelly donut.
So my mind didn't go to you getting fired. My mind went to you stopped at the store and bought
That was
something
where
you
my
know.
mind went
Oh,
first.
yeah. Bought something stupid.
Exactly.
I bought a $600 bottle.
Another bottle I shouldn't have bought.
No,
Did she watch that episode where we were talking about her?
I have no idea. I don't think so.
No.
Yeah.
Dude, I was trying to get you in trouble with that clip.
I know.
That's a great clip.
It took me a while to like actually like share it.
Oh, really?
Because I didn't know if it was
you
gonna
were
go
you were
across
slow.
her. If it
slow
was
on
going
the
to go
trigger.
across her thing. But,
It's not a very sweet bourbon.
Oh, are you already
go
tasting?
in the taste? Well,
Yeah,
slow
dude,
down.
I had coffee, so I needed to get that out of my mouth.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe it's not sweet because you have so much bitter acidity on your tongue.
I'd agree. Well,
It's like a sweet aftertaste, like a little gelatin.
yeah, like a. I was
No,
gonna say
you're
like
right. That's not sweet.
Yeah.
It's sweet. Like if it, gosh, it kind of tastes like a spoonful of white sugar, but like not overtly lasting.
Out of that brown container that we grew up with sugar in.
Yeah.
So you guys telling me that you would just sneak into the kitchen and like spoon feed yourself sugar?
Why do you gotta call us out like? Oh, no.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like we'd make tea. We'd make tea with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, like a spoonful of sugar, like the sugar left over after you drinking the tea that didn't dissolve, and you just eat that with a spoon. I could see that.
I have to yell. Hey, baby!
Hey, baby!
Can you close the door?
I'm telling you right now.
Did you go to the store?
Thank you. That's fun to hear while I'm saying and what you think I'm saying. Blake got the first one right. I said, "Hey, baby."
Did you get home?
I said, "Can you close the door?"
Oh, it's close. Can you go to the store? Close the door.
No, they're watching baseball upstairs, and it's loud.
When did Sarah get home? Was it just a weekend thing, or was that last week?
It was just one night, so that was just Sunday to Monday.
Nice.
I was just trying to give Shayla the sob story the other night when you wanted to play Fortnite. I was like, he's at home like all alone for like a week. Sarah's out of town.
I think she had just gotten home that night and fell asleep at like 8 or something.
Oh, funny.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm getting nervous now. It's close.
Did you guys? Oh, we got time. Don't worry about it. Calm down.
Got 8 minutes.
He's probably gonna join any second.
I know.
Yeah, any second. Man, that was weird. When you, I just like splashed it. I did the chew.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It was like a, I hate it when this happens because I had it and then it's gone.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
There's
a little. Sorry, I don't want to interrupt you if you got it.
No, go ahead.
There's a little bit of peatiness. Like if you kind of smack around the ethanol in your mouth after you swallowed it, it's a little scotchy.
I could see that. I was just gonna say it kind of tastes like a baking spice that's truncated and like how it ends, and it's not very sweet, but like a cinnamon or a clove feel. Maybe it is the char on the thing, and maybe the char is where you're getting some scotchiness or something.
There's definitely some clove, like a bitter seasoning.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also getting, this is going to sound weird, but it's because I've tried so many gummy bears, and I just love gummy bears so much.
Just regular sugary gummies.
Yeah, like when you bite into a gummy bear, but it doesn't have enough flavor. And so it's kind of just like...
The gummy. That's what I was saying. The gelatin. That's
Oh,
kind of
did
what
you
I was
say
thinking.
that?
Oh.
Yeah, I was thinking like a sweet gummy candy that you sucked all the sweetness off of.
Yeah, but it's also like flavorless.
Yeah.
Almost. Yeah. Okay. I get what you're saying. I was chewing on it and I was like,
Like
oh,
if
it's
water was a solid.
not quite like that. It is. It's called ice, not ice. Yeah. There's something. It's like it reminds you of a sweet flavor, but then it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that for sure.
Smells like apple. Who changed my name?
I saw that
you.
you were going to have a conniption, so I went ahead once our full names appeared.
You thought? No, I noticed it a few minutes ago. I don't care. It's too late.
Well, now
what's
you
his
don't care.
What's his full name, Blake?
Brian Winchester, I think.
Of Winchester money.
Dude, that's a cool name. Does he have guns?
Yeah,
Does he
dude.
make
Of the
guns?
the gunned fame.
Of the gunned
Does he own
Winchester name.
the Mystery House?
Yes, and yes, they are the same.
First question, Brian. Do you own the Mystery House?
Do you have money?
Second question: is that why you rap about God so much? You grew up with ghosts in your room.
Dude, I was listening to Worthy. Is that his older, like 2012 album?
That's
Yeah.
Beautiful Eulogy. So it's him with Cortland and
What's his older album you told us to listen to?
Native Lung. maybe?
Native Lung. Got like freaking Andy Mineo and stuff on there.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they were huge in that universe. I mean,
What happened?
si-
Are they still huge in that universe?
Beautiful Eulogy is not quite around.
Because
Both
they broke up, or they at least stopped. They're not broke
both
up, but-
Tom and Brian became full-time pastors.
That's so cool.
So they're doing that, and then I was just talking to Cortland today, and he's maybe scoring his first movie. So that's kind of cool.
Wow.
Yeah, he's doing production stuff. He's working with his friend Anthony. I can't remember. Starts with a B or a D or something.
Bourdain. Sorry, too soon.
Debena something. And they'd work for like
Years later, too soon.
They would work for like Cartoon Network and doing like background prints for like Ben 10 and different animated things, backgrounds for animated shows that they would then animate on like scenes and stuff.
So graphics.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
How are they related to Humble Beast?
They started Humble Beast.
Oh,
Wait,
the three guys
what?
did together?
I think so. There's some other people. I think Propaganda maybe was part of that. I'm going to ask them some of that.
That's a label, yeah.
Yeah, Humble Beast is a label. They were on it. They signed Josh Garrels to it at one point. Citizens was on it at one point. Show Baraka.
Yeah, they had music with
Propaganda.
Citizens
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
Propaganda too, I think, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And quite a few. Yeah, like all in that Christian hip hop back in the early like 2010s and stuff. They were all over that stuff.
That's
Tight.
cool.
Tight.
Did you guys listen to that King Culture song? Oh, he's here.
King culture.
Which album was that?
It wasn't on an album. It was one of the first things, but I'm going to let him in, okay?
Okay.
It wasn't on an album that I know of. It was just like one of the first things that I ever saw them in.
Did you share it? I don't know if I listened to it.
It was probably back in the day. Hey, Brian. We got a little mutage going on.
Uh-oh.
This is how Zoom goes.
Yeah, dude.
It's the worst.
Can you hear us, Brian?
Hey.
Oh, we can hear you.
There he is.
What's up, man?
Okay,
Okay.
awesome.
Appreciate it.
Perfect. Nope,
Cool.
you're good.
No, it's not. Yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah, it does.
Hopefully you
Sweet.
didn't hear that metronome.
Which DAW are you in? Are you in Logic or something?
Ableton.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
This is probably one of my dream come trues. I've been a fan of yours for quite a while, and my wife as well. And then I know Cortland, who introduced us. I met him, 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago or something at one of your shows.
Okay.
I think it was it was like the Canvas thing that you and beautiful Eulogy performed at in like Pomona or Anaheim or somewhere in Southern California at one of the Calvaries. Do you remember that?
Oh, I do. Yeah.
Okay.
That was like what, 2018?
About then, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw Show Baraka was there and Prop was there, and
Yeah.
that was so fun. That whole night, and like, was it Grey Havens or who's that worship band that was with you guys?
Citizens, probably.
Okay, yeah, it might have been.
Yeah.
I'm friends
Yeah.
with some of those guys too, and yeah, everything that's come out of like Humble Beast and that kind of era of the early 2010s and stuff, like when you guys were really going at it, like, it's so good. And so like once I'm at court and now you like it's so fun. I'm gonna probably nerd out a little bit, but that's all right. But
No,
Calm
that's
down,
all
Blake,
right.
calm down.
I know.
It's
I'm
okay.
sorry. But
So
yeah,
as you guys
this is
can tell-
our little podcast, and we're just kind of getting going. We got a few episodes, and we're just kind of interviewing people that we like, that we find interesting, that are doing cool things, and you kind of check all those boxes for us. And
For sure.
So we're just gonna have a conversation, and we got some questions, and then anything that you want to talk about is all good to go for us.
Sounds good. I feel like your guys' aesthetic of your studios is a little nicer than mine. So
You are the second person we've interviewed that said that, and I'll tell you the same thing I told him. We just try really hard, and Blake's cheating.
I'm
Blake's is
cheating
fake.
so much. Mine is all fake. So I
This-
apologize. I'm currently building one, but we wanted to start this before the actual studio was built. So we're like,
Yeah.
let's just zoom it. And
gotta do
behind me, I got a guest bedroom and stuff. And I was like, you guys probably don't want to see laundry, so let me buy a green screen.
I'm in my laundry room. So
There you go.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
literally we just started building the foundation for a studio shed we're gonna put in my backyard.
Yeah.
So in
Yeah.
the future, if I come on an episode, I'll be able to film in something that looks steezy. But yeah, right now I've just got a light bulb without even a cover over it. It's just a plain light
Dude.
bulb.
That's
Dude.
okay.
No,
It's real
I'm sitting in
handcrafted.
the shed in my backyard right now. I bought this house years ago, and when I moved in, I was like, "That's my music room," and it's just painted with the LED, so it looks cool. That's all
Yeah.
it is.
It does the trick.
What's on the shelf behind you? Is that books?
Those are records.
Yeah, those are
Okay.
vinyls, dude.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
Are those like test pressings, or they're all very
Yeah, uniform.
Uniform.
design.
Well, because they're my albums that I'm selling.
Yeah.
Mo- You know,
Awesome.
yeah.
is
So
that the new record?
That's the one that you can see mostly in the shot is the Kept Safe collection. It's kind of like a best
Okay.
of.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh, that's cool.
My,
So you kind of mentioned, I mean, we can kind of just jump right in, but you kind of mentioned you're building the foundation of this studio that's kind of out there. All of this has a bigger purpose with the handcrafted wraps. The money for that is to build like the studio. So you kind of have some ideas behind why you're doing all this and getting back into music. Do you want to speak to that a little bit?
For sure. Now, real quick, the other joy of being in the laundry room is that our HVAC system is here. So the AC just kicked on. Is that coming through heavy on you guys?
Not
It's
at all.
not, and
Okay.
I can do all sorts of posts and remove it all. So
Great,
don't even
great.
worry about that.
Easy peasy. Yep.
Yep.
It's like, does the family suffer or does the audio sound good? You know.
Yep.
So part of the way you framed that, the studio's slightly separate. I
Okay.
started re-engaging in music, almost like, and this is where I call it almost like tent making, where I'm like, okay, my vocation is not going to support the remodel of my basement, which needs to happen so that my mother-in-law can retire and move in with us. And so it's like, how do you build a second career that you can make like 50K at in a year, you know?
Right.
Because my regular income just chipping away, it's like, okay, even if I throw $100 at this a month, 50K is going to come in like 50 years, you know? So
Right.
that's not going to work. And so I was like, well, my career was music for 17 years. So I'm like, well, maybe I just do music on the side, but I've been inactive for like 8 years. And so I would like make a song, throw it out, break even by the time I spent the money to like create it and everything. I'm like, well, that's not going to work. I actually have to like become active as an artist again. But then like, just so that I could try and make money on the side, I don't know. Like, why did I start making music to begin with? Because I loved it, right? I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But when you go through the process of raising kids, then get into the learning curve of stepping into pastoral ministry, a lot of it just boils down to not having time, space, bandwidth. And so what I started doing was on my days off, I'd go to another studio and I'd just block out a 6-hour window and I'd show up with beats, and whatever I wrote, I would record it, and that's what I did, and I wouldn't get to touch it until my next day off. And so that's how I finished the album, Handcrafted Rap. So that was part of the idea, was like, okay, this is me learning to have fun again. And from there, it's like, okay, yeah, I'm trying to make money to build out my garage for my mother-in-law. But the reality is, for me to like be as productive as I need to be, I need my own space to create in. Not to mention, like, where she's gonna live is like right the door next here. So to whatever degree this laundry room has been my studio, once if I succeed in making it so she can move in here, I'm really not gonna have any space. And so now it's like I need to raise separate money to build a studio so that I can keep making music, so that I can raise more money to remodel my basement. Kind of a funny way to put it, but that's just the game I'm playing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so to be honest, I was looking at Spotify today, and I didn't realize how much music as a solo artist you had. I think I was introduced to you around Native Lung, and that album was so great. And then I got introduced to Beautiful Eulogy stuff and kind of focused on that. I got a little bit into the Odd Thomas stuff, and then I hadn't heard until kind of this week some of the real older stuff. So you started out as a solo artist, did solo artistry kind of all the way through, even some of the Beautiful Eulogy stuff. You had some stuff release in tandem, maybe, if I'm remembering correctly. And then you were kind of focusing on Beautiful Eulogy, took a break. Could you kind of explain like what led to the pastoral thing, or going full time into that? I mean, I'm sure it was probably a calling or something, but
so many layers. Yeah. So I started making music, like actually recording it. You know, I started rapping before, but I started actually recording it probably by like age 15. So sometimes I joke that I'm like a young OG because I go through so many eras, and yet, you know, I'm about to be 44. So I'm not that old, but my catalog, it's like I was putting out tapes in the, you know, mid to late 90s, you know, so getting close to 30 years with recorded music. But the prime of my solo career was really 1999 to 2011. So basically when you were introduced, that was the last solo album I made. And actually, even though I made like maybe 2 or 3 solo songs during the era of Beautiful Eulogy, I didn't make any albums during that era. So I literally, 2011 was my last album. So I kind of had a 12-year stretch as a solo artist. And then we did Beautiful Eulogy. We did that from 2012 to 2017. And then I transitioned 2018 into pastoral ministry. And I think part of what happened for me there, you know, music played a huge role in me coming to know the Lord to begin with. Not in that I heard the gospel through music, but it was actually through a common interest in hip hop. Somebody saw me wearing my, you know, Echo t-shirt and my Timberland boots. And so we started talking about hip hop, and then they told me about Jesus, you know, when I was like 14 or 15 years old. So that's how the Lord saved me. But you know, through most of my life as a Christian, I pretty much, the other Christians I knew were hip hop heads, you know, so it was like my world was very small. It was like, if you made beats or if you rapped and you were a believer, okay, that's extra points. But really, like, unless you're hip hop, I don't have a whole lot of time to hang out with you because I'm a hyper focused kind of person. But during the Beautiful Eulogy era, that was where So much change had happened in my life. I began valuing the local church to a greater degree than I had. I'd always had respect for it, but I started understanding how the church fit into the redemptive story of the Bible. And so all of a sudden it was like I'm building relationships with people that I have nothing in common with except our faith.
Yeah.
And I grew so much more through that than I ever did, because I had so many relationships where it seemed like we had our faith in common, but really we just had music in common,
Yeah.
And so there wasn't a lot of depth to the relationship.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And so once that was happening, Beautiful Eulogy became an outlet for me to begin expressing this new growth that was happening in my life. But one of the things that would happen is I started, I used to, for my solo shows, I'd give my Grammy speech, I want to thank my personal Lord and Savior.
Right.
But then once we were doing Beautiful Eulogy shows, I was starting to preach the gospel, and sometimes people would come up to me after shows and they were saying, "Oh, I haven't heard the gospel that clear in such a long time." And what that signaled to me was not, I need to do more concerts. It's like, man, I want to be a pastor of a local church so that there's congregants who aren't saying, I haven't heard the gospel clearly in a long time,
Yeah.
And so that kind of started stirring in me, I guess, a shepherd's heart. Where I realized I can impact people like, a one and done. I show up in your city and disappear and you're like, I'm inspired, or whatever. But to actually be invested in somebody's life for the long term, I'm too finite to offer that to everybody who ever attends a concert. But if I become a part of a congregation, I shepherd those people, I can say, my life is open to you fully. You can come to my house. I will come to your house. If you're in the hospital, I will be there. If you have a baby, I will be there. If you are in a big argument, with your spouse, I will be there. I can't offer that to the whole world, but I can offer that to a community. And so that just I started getting tunnel vision like I was with hip hop towards how can I better serve a local church. And so when I threw myself into that, the learning curve was, to go from full-time rapper to full-time pastor, the learning curve was so extensive that my desire and capacity to even try and keep making music, I was like, I've done that for the last 17 years. I'm okay just putting it on hold. But along the way, I'd learned, like, I don't know that I'm okay with that, but I'm going to be okay with that, at least for now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Speaking to your way with words, like you in your solo career and with Beautiful Eulogy, both you and Tom just have like a way with words that you can kind of cut to the core of what needs to be said, like very eloquently and not being cliche. And like that was just one thing that drew me to you. The way you guys said something that kind of almost everybody else was saying a lot, but you said it in a different way that it felt like new and fresh. Have you been able to take like your skill as a lyricist and a writer into your sermons? Is there any crossfading or with the way you used to write, or that you still now write lyrics to a sermon or anything like that?
There probably is more than I give credit, because you imbibe like your way of doing things. Part of like our era, this I think comes with being old school, and I say this a lot, but the era of hip hop that I grew up in, to just regurgitate what other people said, that was not original, right? There was no, like, nobody wanted to hear some white dude from Portland, Oregon come out and try and sound like Mobb Deep, and so it really, like, the phrases like faking the funk, faking jacks, that was really ingrained in me. So even when I became a believer, I was like, if I'm making authentic hip hop music, then the way I do that is by expressing myself in ways that are authentic and unique to me. And so, we would really work hard as lyricists in that era to develop our own style instead of just sounding like how other people sounded. It's like, no, we're borrowing from everything, we're inspired by everything, but we're trying to find our own style, our own voice. When I come to preaching, I'm not necessarily bringing that same mindset. I think
Okay.
my number one goal in preaching is clarity. So that's the first thing I'm aiming for. And then the number two thing, I think, and it complements clarity, is understanding. And that's, for me personally, is that I don't want to be talking about something that I don't understand. And
Yeah.
so my study process is the discovery of, do I even understand this passage myself? Because how in the world am I going to stand in front of people and say, this is what this says, and I'm not even sure if it's what it means? And so I think that necessitates often for me getting past cliches, because within a cliche, there's the assumption that that cliche holds weight and meaning, or that there's meaning behind it. But often cliches like become devoid of meaning, like it's lost meaning. We've oversimplified to the point where we say this, we have a sense of what it means, but we don't really understand it. And so I find that anything that I know on a cliche basis, by the time I get a self-understanding of it, where I understand it for myself, I no longer want to express it in the cliche way.
Sure.
I want to express it in the way that it has now begun to make sense in my own heart and mind. And so just saying, oh, when people say that, now I say it to you too. That it's like, no, it actually has impacted me. And so now I'm expressing out of that impact. And I think that naturally creates a unique way in which a person is saying it that flows from their own personality, their own sanctification, their own, all those layers are involved.
Yeah, I think when you relate to yourself and you dig into what speaks to you and what makes you tick, you're going to find more, what's the word? Not like a true believer, but you're going to find more common ground with people than if you were just, like you said, regurgitating the cliche thing over and over. And that's kind of what Jared and Grayson and I were doing with this, is like, we love all these different avenues of music and film and art and video games and whiskey and these different things. And we found them across multiple genres and multiple avenues of things, but we're like, hey, let's try and put it all into one. And we're just doing what we like, and we're hoping it clicks with somebody and people. And so that's really cool to hear that it's kind of the same for you.
I have a question real quick. So you really explained your quest for clarity in your preaching, in your exegesis of God's word, which is awesome. I appreciate that. How, maybe I'm jumping the gun a little bit when we get to music, but how do you approach that clarity and make it creative with your lyrics?
Yeah.
Just listening to so much. Like I listened to some of your new stuff and some of your old stuff, and I had never heard of you. Like, no offense,
No.
rap's not my thing, but Intense was in my head all day.
Okay.
Like, I listened to it like 2 or 3 times on the train to work, and then I was just like sitting at work. Like, how do you get that into your words? Because so many rappers just flow. So many rappers just kind of like free form their thoughts.
Yeah.
But how are you more intentional with that?
Yeah, I think the thing that I've learned from preaching that I think has helped me now as a writer. So when I first came back to writing, I did have part of that problem where I was like, okay, I'm used to being very literal in my communication because I don't want to use such abstract imagery in my preaching that my audience is confused or they can't keep up with me.
Right.
So in a song like Intense, double entendres, wordplay, all of it's like flying at you really quick. So when I first came to writing, I was like, man, I've gotten used to writing, when I came back to writing songs, I'm like, I've gotten used to writing, 30 to 40 minute sermons every single week. And now I'm going to write a 2-minute song.
Yeah. How are you going to boil this down?
How are you going to boil this down? And I think there is a sense in which the song is intended not to exhaust not to exhaust a topic. That's like a dissertation or something like that, right? Like I can't I can't exhaust this topic. So now I want to give the sense of it, right? And by giving the sense of it, it's not enough to just simplify it. Because again, we have emotion involved. Like, is this going to be a dark song? Is this going to be a bright song? Is this going to be a slow song? Is this going to be a fast song? Am I going to use multi-syllable patterns, or am I going to really space out my words? And how are all these? I've got, it's almost like they're all different colors within the spectrum that I'm now able to paint with to say, okay, intense, I'm in a tent. Like my physical dwelling is a temporary dwelling place. It's not a permanent residence. But then it's life is intense, like intensity, right? And then I'm building tents, like I'm making something on the side, you know, apart from my vocation. And so how can I give a sense of that, you know, through creating a snapshot idea? And that's where I think the creativity, it's almost like you're forced to start exercising those muscles. Because if I made that song and I took out the wordplay and I took out all that, and the song was just like, my body's breaking down, but I work hard on the side, you know, like life is really hard, I work hard on the side, you know, it would like, there's no, you don't get the sense of what I'm conveying, right?
Yeah,
like
right.
you get the literal words. Okay, I get it. Yeah, our bodies break down, but like it doesn't resonate in any kind of way. And so I think the way preaching resonates, and the way a song resonates, while there's similarities, there are differences, you know, and I still have that same approach in preaching where I want my tone, my manner of speech to give the sense of the passage, but I'm not just relying on that, you know, that you left with a sense, but you didn't really understand, you know, I'm really laboring to be like, see here in the text, this is what it says, this is what it means. And I think that kind of literal approach to art is really unimaginative and like not very engaging for the listener, you know? And so it's like two different mediums, you know, that I think begin strengthening each other as I learn, you know, what aspects of communication and artistry to lean into. Like, oh, this is helpful in my preaching. Oh, you know what, if I lean into this side of my artistry in my preaching, actually I muddy it, you know? Or if I lean into this side of my preaching in my artistry, I kind of dilute it, you know?
Yeah. How much of the music production are you involved with? Are you doing it all this time? Are you having, you know, guest producers and beat makers help you out? Or what was it like on Handcrafted versus, say, something like Native Lung or a Worthy or something?
Yeah, so in Take the Beautiful Eulogy, each album was slightly different. I would say like our first album, the production was a lot more collaborative where all of us were doing it. By the time we got to Worthy, it was like Cortland was always the main player in the production of Beautiful Eulogy, but I'd say me and Thomas had more influence in the production on the first two albums. And by the third album, it was like Cortland kind of blooming as a composer.
Yeah.
On my solo stuff, I never really used to, I mean, like on Native Lungs, I think I produced 2 of the tracks, but I didn't primarily do the music production. On Handcrafted, this is what's kind of funny. Every now and then I'd get this like creative itch, you know, going back the last 8 years, and I'd be like, I just want to buy a beat and write a song to it, right? And so I would buy a beat, but I wouldn't write a song to it. It would just, you know, sit on my computer.
Yeah.
And so, and then like time would go and I'm like, it's just dated, or no, I don't want to do that. Cause it also I started hyping myself up, realizing like, now I'm trying to come back as a solo artist after Beautiful Eulogy. And the reality is I don't want to, nor can I create the magic of Beautiful Eulogy by myself. That was its own group, its own sound. So it's like now I have to re-find myself as a solo artist after I've just made like an excellent body of work, but with talented co-players, that like I can't do what they do. I don't
Yeah.
bring those same things to the table. So re-finding myself as a solo artist, that was really intimidating. And I think sometimes it made me think, I got to do something epic. I'm going to get an orchestra on this song, or I'm going to do this. Well, yeah, you're doing music on the side. I'll go record some cello parts and stuff, and then that'll sit on my hard drive, And so I was like, this. So what I literally did with Handcrafted Raps is I took a collection of beats that I had bought in through the years and just sat on, and I said, if I can't make songs to these, why buy any other beats or like start any new ideas if I can't even finish the ones I've started?
Yeah.
And so I noticed there was one guy in particular. I'm like, man, I've bought a lot of beats from this guy on SoundCloud, and stuff like that, because sometimes he would put up beat sales. So his name's 1995. And he did like the Bodega record with Mike LV. He's done some Indie Tribe things like that, but he's been around for a while. He used to produce for Dream Junkies. And every now and then I just hear a beat he made that I liked. And so I just pick it up. Just because I had this moment of inspiration. And so then where it did fall on me, though, I got this random collection of beats, but now I've got to figure out how to arrange them, sometimes add parts to them. Like take a song like Ghost. Yeah. I'm adding all the sound effects and the sound design. I'm adding some piano parts and things and some synth. So I'm basically doctoring up. Now, some tracks I do that less, some tracks I do that more, but I've got skeletons that he's made or finished tracks that he's made. And then I'm adding sound design and arrangement to it. And that was my process for this particular record is what's the idea? And now how can I enhance the track I already have to convey that idea, whether it's adding the clock sounds to Frozen, adding the sound effects to Ghost, adding the cash register to Bargain. Those are the things where I'm trying to convey, even in the music, the sense of the song,
Yeah. There was a cohesiveness to kind of all of the music, or it felt like it all stemmed from kind of a similar place in the production, in the instrumentation, in the voicing of the different parts and stuff. And I thought that was really cool. And then, this week as I was kind of prepping, we were listening to some of the older stuff where there's some things that are much more aggressive and kind of like in your face, even in your delivery and style of rapping, adding like gang vocals to different things where that still exists here, but this just has like a more refined in a way that doesn't mean the others weren't, but like a more aged wine, some might say, or something where it feels a little bit different. And there's this kind of new version of Braille that has flavors and tastes of the beautiful Eulogy way and still some of your older solo work. But I just thought it was really cool. There's so many cool parts in a lot of those songs. So that's what made me, it wasn't something you had done, but it was a collaboration between some of the beats you got. And then that was really cool.
Yeah, and like what you're describing there is exactly what I think I'm experiencing is I think for a time I had my old catalog, I had my beautiful Eulogy, and then I'm like, okay, it's the same person, in all these different phases, but I'm in a new stage of life. And it's like, I can't just do something that I did 20 years ago the same way I would have done it. And I can't do something that I did in a group. And so I'm kind of calling it a new chapter where it's like, this is Braille 3.0, it's like, it's a new version and it's still a work in progress, but this was like me, in some ways, to be honest, taking the lowest hanging fruit that I had available to me and saying, can I turn this into something? And if I can turn this into something, then I can probably turn other things into something as well. But if I can't even turn the lowest hanging fruit into something, that's probably an indicator that my day has passed, And so that
funny.
That was
a question.
That was the test.
Yeah. Go
So, you talked about kind of the reason behind starting music again, and you've got these things that you want to do on the side. And obviously the album is called handcrafted. But there's these themes of craftsmanship and working hard. And as I was listening to the record, totally relating to kind of everything you're saying as a father, as a husband, as somebody who's, bringing home most of the money to support the family. What are you hoping that the listener gets from this record, aside from, those goals that you have? What are you hoping that people walk away with or relate to?
Yeah, that's really perceptive. I think as I was realizing that music for me when I was a teenager, the thing that motivated me to do it was what I got out of it personally, right?
Okay.
Now I'm in this new season where the thing that was initially motivating me is what I can contribute for someone else, right? And
Okay.
and that's what started clicking in my head, that it's like, as an artist, I'm not just living on a whole different planet from a tradesman, from an electrician, from somebody else who labors at a craft, learns how to do it well, and then others benefit from their labor. And I think, like, I sometimes meet people, especially being an artist, and they really take someone who's made a career out of artistry or made a career out of ministry, right? And they put that on a pedestal, and they can almost undermine their own work and their own labor. And I'm sitting here thinking, like, bro, there are children who eat 3 meals a day because of your hard work. There are children who sleep in a bed because of your heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that has a value in some way that I think is, in my mind, starting to supersede even the idea of, well, I'm living out my dream, But it's like, no, part of my dream now is like to benefit my family through my hard work, not just like, who cares about their needs? I just want to do what I enjoy doing. No, I want what I am doing to be a benefit to them. And so I really wanted to commend ordinary hard work for the benefit of others, encourage people that their work is not in vain, encourage them to continue exerting themselves, even though it's hard. That's why the album starts with Intense, is like, I'm a weak vessel, right? And, relating to the audience, like, I'm encouraging you to work and to work hard, but not because I think like we're made of titanium. No, like, we're weak vessels, but God can use us. And God is using you when you do the thing that, and in some ways I've even been thinking, the person who does the job that they don't love in order to take care of the people that they do love might be committing a greater act of love than, the person who's just pursuing the thing that they love because they love it. Like, how incredible that you would day in and day out do something that you don't prefer to do in order to take care of people that you love, And so I just wanted to esteem things like that and encourage people who are in that same season of life as me, where it's like, wow, I've got a lot of responsibilities and like things are falling apart around me. Like, there's encouraging things and discouraging things. And it's like, God's in all of that, and keep doing your work. It's not in vain.
That's really cool. I feel like you nailed it, by the way. It's pretty interesting to hear you talk about that, because, I mean, we're all in trades. We all have day jobs doing other things. I'm in manufacturing. And sure, I like my job. I think we all like what we do. But if the choice was work at this job or not work at this job, and you have the same amount of money, most people are not going to do that thing, right? But we do it because we have those responsibilities, and we have people we love that we want to take care of, and goals that we want to accomplish. And just listening to this album, I'm like listening to the words, and I was feeling seen, So I think that, like, totally relatable. I think what you just described totally comes across on this record. So it's awesome.
Yeah. Praise God.
Can I piggyback on kind of that question and your answer? You answered part of what I'm going to ask, but maybe we can dive in a little bit with music being such like an inspiration driven thing. Like you have the inspiration and you kind of like, oh, I feel this inspiration right now. I got to go work on it. With being a dad, being a pastor, doing this kind of on the side in maybe unideal times, whether it's late at night, it's early in the morning, that kind of thing. Um, uh, how do you pick and choose the time when you're like you allow yourself to work on these inspirational moments versus when you have your parenting or pastoral duties, or like how do you tetris that schedule?
Yeah. No, that's a good question. And I think that's even where I started relating to the tradesmen in other ways, right? Because I could only go to the studio on Mondays on my day off, and I would book it out from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So I've got a slotted in window. So any inspiration that I had from the previous week, I was kind of cataloging that. And I'd have in my mind, when I go to the studio, this is the song I'm going to work on, right?
Okay.
And so I'm building up. It's almost like I'm psyching myself up, building myself up for this outburst, of this is the idea I have. And, my personality, I'm hyper ADD, which means for me as a writer, the way I even write a song, I don't just write a bunch of words on a paper and then try them out. I
Right.
perform the lyrics as I'm writing them. And so I really struggle to write if I'm in a room where people around me are doing other things that are not focused on the creative task. And so it's like I either need to be in a space by myself, or I need to be in a space where the other people who are in that space understand what we're working towards. And so they're not just a fly on the wall, but they're like, yeah, Braille, get that verse done, and I'm like, cool, you can be in the room if you're focused on the verse with me.
Yeah.
But if you're focused on something else and I'm trying to focus on this, I'm going to be pulled into your world more so than I'm going to pull you into mine, because the writing process is not necessarily fun to watch. It's the work of figuring out what's the right word, what's the right phrasing, what's the right way to put it together. And so it was like bottling it up, storing it up, and like getting it in my head. Oh, I'll use intent since we talked about that. I think this is going to be the intro to the album. Oh, I think this is what it's going to be called. Okay, now I have a little notepad in my iPhone. I'll title it the title of that song. I start throwing scripture in there. I start throwing imagery in there. I start just things I'm collecting. It's almost like I've got a verbal, image board, mood board that I'm developing.
Yeah.
And then I go into the studio, I play the beat on loop, and then I just start massaging those pieces together until it starts forming into a picture.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's funny. I think I relate to that, but I didn't realize that. I've never thought about that. Like being either by myself, I can definitely do creative stuff. But when I am home sometimes and there's like all these other things going on and I'm just in the side room trying to do it, it is a big distraction. So interesting.
So if you're working in the super tight window, how do you? There are sprinkles throughout the music, right? Of like, you said you bought these beats and then you were like, oh, this sound should go there. And the ones that always like got me were the ones with your kids, right? You had all these little moments where your kids were dropped in. So like in that 6-hour window, do you take your kid with you in the studio and be like, remember this conversation we had? We need to record it. Or like, how do you capture those moments in an authentic way?
Yeah, so the stuff with my kids, I was actually sampling from my own Instagram page. So my kids are much older now than any of those recordings. But even that, so I'd be in my laundry room, and sometimes I'd be adding those pieces before I did my vocals. Sometimes it would be more post-production, right? So like the song with my daughter, about my daughter, Frozen, once I knew I was doing a song about her, I was like, oh, how should I start this? and I was going through and I found that we're going on an airplane. Da, da, da. I was like, oh, this would be perfect. And so like I downloaded it off my own Instagram page, downloaded the video, ripped the audio, and then went in and edited it and sliced it. And so a lot of the post production I do from my house, and it's more the writing the lyrics and recording the lyrics is what I did in the studio.
Okay.
Gotcha.
That's cool.
Cool. I can't remember if it was Braille or Beautiful Eulogy, but there's that one where it's like, do you have bars? And it's like the best.
Yeah, that's on this album.
Is it? Okay.
And
Yeah,
That's
that's
so
what I was
good.
talking about. It was so adorable.
Yeah.
so that's my son. And in that video, he's actually talking about granola bars, right? So he's like, do you have any bars? And I'm just being, dad joke. So
Yeah.
that was just like an Instagram dad joke. I was like, do you have any bars? He's like, no, I don't have any bars,
That's hilarious.
I'm a rapper. Of course I have bars.
Yeah. So, and then I just kind of flipped that for the meaning,
That was
of the song.
perfect.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I got a bunch of stuff. I want to, before we get into like, I guess the part of the album where we can talk about specific songs if we want, there's, or maybe this will lead into that too, but there's a lot of stuff in this album or some stuff that just either related to me or I related with, and wanted just to get your take on it with being a pastor and having to carry other people's burdens from your congregation that come to you with their stuff, and just the stuff at home or with the wife or whatever. Do you feel like with this album, like maybe with Ghosted or I can't remember the other name of the one I was thinking of, but is this kind of an outlet for you to, like, maybe you don't have like somebody, I mean, you can pray and you can talk to God and that, but is this like a sounding board where you can just get some of this stuff out? Does that resonate at all?
That's how music was for me in my teens, which I think in a lot of ways was maybe relationally unhealthy, because I was processing, my feelings through public records, but sometimes regarding things that probably needed to be handled privately through that relationship. So I
Yeah.
would say anything that I talk about on the record, I've already worked through that
Okay.
with the people it pertains to,
Yeah.
which is actually why I think I'm able to summarize those feelings, in a clear way. So,
Yeah.
Ghosted as an example, one of the things, and some of it, I don't always think it's personal. I mean, I could get in, this is like a layered cake here, if I get into some of my background, but there's times where someone is having a hard time in their own life, and
Yeah.
so they just kind of disappear, but it feels like rejection for me, and I'm like, wait a second, like, why can't I get a hold of them, or where did they go? Man, and in my even time in pastoral ministry, I've had times where somebody disappears on me for 6 months, and then we're reconciled, and like they're weeping in my arms the next moment, and then I'm like, okay, that's not to say maybe that there were some things that I could have done differently in that relationship, but the main thing that they were working through was not about me. It
Yeah.
was what was going on in their life. But
Yeah.
because of some of my own baggage, I can still experience even someone else's struggles as a rejection of me,
yeah.
And so I think in that, by the time I'm writing that song, it sounds like I'm venting, but I'm actually making a declaration by the time you get to the end of it that I am going to love people in the middle of broken situations. And that means I'm going to be vulnerable to being hurt by those people. I'm going to
Yeah.
be vulnerable to feeling rejected by those people. And yet I am going to still love hurting people and struggling
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
And so I'm going, I think because I'm not just processing my emotions, but there's an intention that I'm actually communicating a conclusion that I've come to in light of an experience.
That's cool. I mean, I've listened to the album all the way through quite a few times, but there's one specific relationship that I'm still probably processing through of a ghosting type thing where there's just been no communication and there's no resolution there. And I've done the things I can do to fix that. So I probably, in my own head, latched on to maybe the beginning of the song, haven't heard your ending resolution to the song because I'm like, oh, he finished it, he fixed it. What did he do? What do I do? What do I do? So that's cool. I'll have to go and re-listen with new ears on that one.
Yeah.
But then another song in that kind of vein, slightly, was The Shoreline, where you're helping or you're recounting these people who have passed and just loving them through that.
Yeah.
And like it feels so heavy.
It does.
But we all have the outlook and the belief of they're in this better place now and that the trouble's gone. So that is cool. But I just felt like there was a good night, Saber. A release in that. So that was just a cool song too. I really dug both of those songs.
That song and that is probably closer to what you were initially describing.
Yeah.
That was a release for me in the sense of so I've kind of been describing my process. So that was the last song I wrote on the album.
Okay.
I was doing this in July. The first Monday in July, I didn't get to go to the studio because we were celebrating my son's birthday. The second Monday in July, I couldn't go to the studio because now we're having my son's birthday party with his friends. So my days off,
Yeah.
they're booked out, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Can relate to that.
Yep.
Finally,
Just
I'm
happened
like,
to me a few weeks ago.
I'm like, I have to finish this album because like I want it to come out in August and we're in July, like it's supposed to be done. So I contact the studio. I'm like, hey, I know I normally don't come in on Friday. I hit him up on a Thursday. I'm like, do you have Friday available? He's like, yeah. So I go in there with that beat. And what I thought I was going to write within the theme of the record is, this, exhortation to hard work and everything. And like, I've got to keep working it out until I reach the shore. But then as I start writing, I was really struggling to just make it like my own story about my own perseverance. And so I just start writing about this dear sister, Polly Fee, she was 99. She would hold my hand and call me pastor. I was like, am I allowed to say this? And so it just starts coming out of me. And so I kind of do like 4 lines about her. Then I move to this next lady, who passed away when she was 90. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know I was going to do that. So it's like, I am telling my own story, but I'm really telling the story of people who did finish their work, right? Instead of, I've got to keep going till I finish my work. Here's some people who did. And since I did 2 females in the first verse, I was like, oh, I should do male people that passed away in the second verse. I've done 18 funerals like in the last 7 years because I came to a congregation that had a lot of elderly people.
Wow.
But then I say the first line still grips me. And I was like, oh, I'm talking about my brother Mark, who just passed away in October. And he was one of my co-elders. He went in for a heart surgery, seemed to recover. He was the 5th person in our congregation last year to have a heart surgery. He was the youngest one out of everyone in our congregation to have a heart surgery. He started gathering with us. It seemed to be going well. He started getting weak. He goes back to the hospital and they're telling us, we can't even do a transplant. His heart is that weak. Come say your goodbyes. So it was very unexpected. So I didn't know that when I went in the studio, in that sense, I didn't know I was going to emote that. And I mean, I'm talking tears streaming down my face and I'm writing this 7-8 months after it happened. And it's coming out of me. And there was such a freedom there because I think one of my challenges, even to that idea of having an outlet, is I don't want to exploit the people in my life
Right.
in order to just make good art, you know?
Sure.
And so if I'm going to express things that relate to other people and my relationships, I want to do it in a way that honors them and in a way that they would feel affirmed, and even in a way where before other people hear the song, I can send it to the very family members, you know? So I sent the song, the first person I sent that song to was the daughter of the guy who passed away, the son-in-law, and the wife, you know?
Wow.
And so it's not like I'm just venting about this and they'll find out later. It's like I'm sharing, you know, the capturing of a very intimate moment. And, you know, I
Yeah.
officiated his funeral and stuff like this. So this is, yeah, it's very personal in that
Yeah.
regard.
Wow.
But the
That's
freedom
crazy.
Yeah.
to be able to share it was important. Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking to some of like the personal kind of stuff, when you're writing and like you said, when things come out that you weren't expecting or the song takes a turn, lyrically that like, hey, this is really good. I don't know if I should release this. This isn't what I thought it was. How do you find that answer of like, okay, this is what I think I'm supposed to be writing, or this is too personal or too, do you ever have those kind of issues?
I think if I feel conviction,
Mm-hmm.
then I'll listen to that. So
Yeah.
like my artistry doesn't get a free pass. But
Yeah.
you know, if what Jesus says is that from the heart come these things,
Mm-hmm.
right? Evil thoughts, adultery, like it comes from the heart, and from the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks.
Mm.
Part of it is saying, like, I don't know. Here's what's funny. Take the song Bargain.
Yeah.
When I'm doing a bunch of wordplay, I was freestyling a lot of those lines during the era of Beautiful Eulogy. So that's like a collection of
Oh.
like, that's why I have so many of them.
Yeah.
Because I'd just be trying to make Thomas and Cortland laugh, right? But I would never really, once I started getting very ministerial in my music, I didn't really feel self-permission to just have fun like that and play
Yeah.
with words or even say things that could be perceived as boastful, right? But it's like I'm obviously joking around, you know, but it's like, but am I allowed to do it? And so it's rarely for me that I feel like, oh, that's too personal. It's much more, am I, what is the intention of my heart when I'm doing this? I think that's the question that I try and ask. And I'm trying to then like be like, if the intention of my heart is not self-glory, or if the intention of my heart is to honor, right, someone else, then like I'm not going to stifle that anymore. I'm going to let those expressions kind of come out and not
Yeah.
become so introspective and really like, I don't know, almost like self-deprecating, that I'm second guessing every little intention. Because I do understand as a fallen creature that though I'm new in Christ, like my sin still stains everything I do. So it's not as though I can approach anything with 100% pure motives, but there is a sense in which I could say, when it boils down to it, and I think of this when I'm preaching a lot of times, it's like, okay, do I get vain thoughts in my head during sermon preparation about what are people going to think about the sermon, or how are people going to regard me in comparison to another preacher? All kinds of stupid, vain thoughts go through my mind as I'm going through the preparation process. But when it comes to the decisions I'm going to make, like what's driving the exegetical decisions I'm making, what's driving the points that I'm making, in the end, it's not those vain thoughts. Those vain thoughts are present. They're whispering in my ear, but they're not taking over the steering wheel. What's holding the steering wheel is I want to, as faithfully as possible, communicate God's word for God's people.
Yeah.
I can't rid myself of vain thoughts entirely, but what I can do is not give them the steering wheel.
Yeah.
And I think I'm trying to do the same thing in my creative outlet, it's like, of course I'm gonna have vain thoughts. Of course I'm be like, how are people gonna review this? What are they gonna think about this? Da, 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 da. Did I get sunned by someone else? You know, did whatever? All kinds of, things. But it's like, what is grabbing the steering wheel? Like, what's
Yeah.
really driving me to do this? And when I have to make a decision, am I making the decision chasing vainglory, or am I making the decision based on what would be a faithful way forward? And
yeah.
that's how I'm trying to navigate it, imperfectly.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So when you were in Beautiful Eulogy, you and Thomas were doing a lot of the lyrics and stuff, and you were a group, so it felt kind of like a one voice, a one idea in the songs. Was something like a solo album, when you have a couple collaborations on this album, and forgive me for not remembering the other artist names. I could guess, but I would just make a fool of myself. When you have the theme of a song, how are you collabing with these guys? Are you saying, hey, this is the name of the song, this is my idea, write your verse? And how does that differ between like a group effort like Beautiful Eulogy and a solo collab like this?
Yeah. With Beautiful Eulogy, me and Thomas would, and I would kind of annoy the guys sometimes because, once we'd have the album title, I'd pretty much come with the track list. I'm like, okay, here's the songs on the album, like I'd come up with a bunch of song titles, but then we would refine them together. And so me and Thomas, we would typically, before we would even write, we would decide who's the first verse, who's the second verse. A good example of this would be like a song, Vital Lens. Vital Lens, we determined before we even started writing that Thomas was going to do general revelation. I was going to do special revelation. He would be the first verse. I would be the second verse. So it was like very thoroughly mapped out, because the kind of precision that these kind of songs required in order to be creative, theological, and also for us to blend together, so it didn't just feel like two rappers pasted on the same song.
Yeah.
So when I went on my solo album, when I was doing the collab, and it was with Abel is on Workmanship, and Selah the Corner is on Multiple Choice. In both of those cases, I think with Abel, I sent him the beat and just the title, but I didn't do my verse yet. And part of that was I felt like I could shape the song in response to what he did better in order to bring it to the finish line than to like expect him to like perfectly fit himself to me.
Yeah.
I can fit myself to him. And so, he started his before I get up out the bed, I'm thinking about the blood you shed. So I'm like, okay, well, if I start my verse before I lay down to sleep, I'm thinking how you keep your sheep, where I can complement what he did to make it cohesive. And that's something I've always strived to do, and probably is like, I don't think I'm not the most technical of a rapper, and I don't necessarily have the most like defined the one way I always do things. I try and take my tools and shape them uniquely to different collaborations, to different concepts, to different ideas. And so it's like, if I'm rapping with Thomas, Thomas wants to rap fast. Okay, I will stretch myself and I'll go where he's most comfortable, and I'll try to get comfortable there as well. We're going to do a poem now. I'm going to try and get comfortable and learn how to express myself there. And so a lot of times when I'm collabing on my solo stuff, I'll lead the idea, but then I'll let the guest artist go how they're inspired based on the idea. And then I'll feed off of them instead of boxing them in.
That's really cool.
Cool. Yeah.
I work in sound. I do Foley and sound effects and movies and video games, that kind of stuff. And as a Foley mixer, I work with a Foley artist, so she's performing, the actual footsteps and different things like that. But often we get asked to provide like source sound for our sound designers. And so the same kind of thing, like they don't want to influence us by what they've already like designed and created for like a creature or something like that. So they give us like a visual, and we're all kind of feeding off that visual. And then that allows us to do our creative thing. And then they can kind of feed off that, and we can complement each other like that. So that's cool that it kind of works in your realm too.
I think like the idea is to bring the best out of others.
Yeah.
And then that ends up bringing the best out of us as well.
Yeah.
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 I want to be respectful of your time. I know we're about to hit an hour. I have kind of one kind of sum up question at the end, but is there anything else that you wanted to touch on about handcrafted wraps, or did you have a favorite on there, or a cool production story, or anything like that?
Yeah. Well, anybody who ever interviews me, they always look at their list of questions. They're like, oh, this guy explains things way too long. We'll never get through our questions. So don't want to, I'm never like stressing on time. I'm just kind of like, I'll
Sure.
talk to people as long as they'd like to talk and they think
Yeah.
it's interesting. But yeah, I mean, for handcrafted wraps, I think like now, I mean, it's coming out on Friday. I don't know
Yeah.
when this episode will drop, but
I'm trying
I
for
think,
Saturday.
okay.
That's
You
the
know-
goal. That's the goal.
The album is only 30 minutes long,
hmm
and it really is sequenced intentionally to play start to finish. I think the individual songs to some degree can stand on their own, and maybe the cynic in me, I don't feel like super confident. They're not singles, they're not radio songs or anything like that. They're much more snapshot ideas
Yeah.
that are meant to weave into each other to give a sense and tell a story. And so if you want to give me 30 minutes of your time to listen to the record, then it's greatly appreciated. And hopefully it's the start of a new season of creative output. I have another album already finished that'll probably come out in November. That's a collaboration
Dang.
with another artist. And I'm trying to build a studio in my backyard. And honestly, if it was up to me, I'll probably put out 3 or 4 albums next year, because the part of it is I'm making up for lost time. I've got so many ideas that I've been brewing behind the scenes that I'm like, I want to finish them, and then I want to get on to new ideas. But I'm trying to use discipline not to move on to new ideas till I finish the ideas that I've already invested time and energy in, because I do believe in the ideas.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to go into a season of hyper creative output. So hopefully people will see things popping up. And each project I think is going to be some unique kind of little world that I'm going to try and create, and some overall message I'm going to try and convey through a collection of songs. And that's kind of the season I'm in right now. Yeah.
That's
That's
really
cool.
cool. That was going to be kind of my follow-up. Like, what is this
Me
next?
too.
You entering into music again, what is that? And I think you just kind of laid it out for us.
Yeah.
The other part of that is, are we going to be able to see any repeat collabs with maybe some of our beautiful Eulogy folks, or anybody else from the Humble Beast era, maybe on some of these follow-up ones?
Yeah, very possibly. I mean, I
Okay.
think here's the funny thing. So right now, me, Thomas, and Cortland, we're all in good relationship with each other, but each one of us is at a different church now.
Yeah.
So we're not all at the same church. We used to spend Sundays together, plus we were together as like our 9 to 5. So we were
wow.
we literally spent more time with each other than we did with our spouses, and now I can't even tell you the last time all 3 of us were in the same space at the same time. And so I think we're really content kind of leaving that trilogy alone and saying, for us to express with that much chemistry as we did when our lives were so tightly interwoven. It'd be really hard.
Yeah.
Now, then I come back and I'm like, okay, if we do, say, a beautiful eulogy song on one of my records,
Yeah.
all I'm going to do is bring out a bunch of pitchforks, and basically every time I make a song, it's just going to be a bunch of people saying, but bring back beautiful eulogy.
Sure.
And, that's like that's something I got to deal with, but I'm like,
Yeah.
I get it. I know you guys want that. I can't do that for you. If you enjoy what I'm doing, go with it. So like, I think like once this new season is established,
Yeah.
and like I've actually reestablished my voice, man, it'd be so much fun to surprise people with a beautiful eulogy song. But I think right now, if we did it, it would give the wrong impression.
Sure.
And then everybody would be pining for that
Yeah.
in a season where we can't really provide it.
Yeah.
And in an unfortunate way, it could actually undermine like the groundwork I'm trying to lay
Sure.
for a new season. But, Show Baraka has a new album that's about to release. And if I had opportunities to work with Show on music again, that
Yeah.
would be really cool. Jackie Hill has, blown the roof off of things. And I always knew from the first time I recorded her, I was like, oh, this is what it looks like when someone is naturally gifted. It's like, guys like me, we're in the booth sweating, putting in our, putting in our, what is it? How many hours do you need to put in to be a
10,000
professional?
10,000, yeah.
hours.
We're over here putting in our 10,000 hours, sweating in the booth. And then
Yep.
she's standing there with sweatpants while she's pregnant, reading a rap from her phone. And I'm like, okay, yeah.
That's awesome.
And so it doesn't surprise me, that she ended up on Reach and is, making incredible music. But yeah, I love collaborating. I'm like a hyper collaborative person.
Yeah.
And so I'll be looking for opportunities to work with different people, on every project.
That's
Are you
cool.
going to do vinyl and CD?
I do that so that's one of the things I'm establishing is everything I release, I'm making my albums a length that they can fit on a single vinyl. So
Okay.
that I'm capping it at like 36 minutes is kind of the maximum. You can squeeze like 44 minutes on a vinyl record, but you're going to really lose dynamic range and the songs are going to have to be quiet. So sometimes people who don't understand vinyl, they're like, here's my 60 minute album, and they put it on vinyl and the grooves are like, I'm like, what are you doing? It's not a CD. So I've been watching to that end. This may not mean much to you guys, but this resurgence of the way a guy like Alchemist has built his brand, where back in the day, you were signed to a record label, you made an album, you had to promote it in magazines, you had to wait until it released, you had to distribute it to record stores. And now it's like he's just got his own website. He puts out his vinyl, he puts out his CDs, he sells them out in like 20 minutes, because he has a way larger audience. But watching this new era where the independent artist is working direct to consumer, what I'm trying to do is like meld the two, where it's like I'm on Spotify for just the person who's curious, or for the person who it's just like, dude, I don't buy music, I'm just going to listen on Spotify. And that's totally fine. I don't begrudge it. But just the reality of the matter is somebody who buys a CD or buys a vinyl for an artist, the amount of profit that the artist gets from that, it would take an unimaginable amount of streams,
Right.
for somebody to support the artist to the same extent. So it's like, unless somebody intends on streaming this new album 450 times, they're not going to make me as much money from streaming as they would if they bought a CD. That's just the reality. And I can't think of any albums that I've listened to 450 times. So I don't expect anybody to listen to my album 450 times. You know what I mean? Like if you listen to, but you think about it with artistry, if someone can make an album and it provides 30 minutes of like an enjoyable listen, and even if you listen to that 5 times, you got 2.5 hours, and it's like, and you bought the CD for $15, and like that took that individual 8 months of labor, to create it.
Right.
So there is a real sense in which I appreciate streaming. I overuse it myself, but it does really devalue. There's no way around it. It
That's interesting, yeah.
devalues what it takes to actually create an album that's intended to be experienced as an album. And so kind of I'm going to put out vinyl and CDs for every release and kind of stay committed to that long enough to hopefully build a core audience that through their support, it will make the recouping process of creating albums a shorter timeline.
Yeah. Who's doing your cover artwork and inside your CD album booklets and back of the vinyl, all that stuff?
Yeah. So here's what's really fun. The cover for Handcrafted Raps and for all the singles was actually made by my daughter.
Oh, that's the best.
Yeah. So that, I love the cover. That's like a real physical
cool.
piece of art where we were sitting down. We had all these crafting supplies and we were putting it on this piece of cardboard. And she made that. She's 18. She just graduated high school. And so I'm kind of hiring her as my visual director. So she's designing, the merch, and we're learning how to do the print on demand. It's
cool.
It's all in, man. I'm building a new thing from the ground up, but kind of building it like a family business with my daughter, and my little kids are helping me to package the orders and, all of
That's
that.
the coolest.
Stuff.
That's the coolest thing.
That's
So
fun.
that's where I was going to go next, if I may. As a dad, and you said your daughter's 18. How old are your other kids?
My son, he's 13, and then my youngest, she's 11.
Okay, so this is the ripe age. My son just turned 10, and I have a daughter who's 6. And as a former musician / I still lead worship at church sometimes and play out, my kids have this as they're growing up, they're like, Dad, you're a musician. That's so weird. Why are you on stage doing that? Do your kids have that oh, Dad's a rapper again? Wait, what's happening now? How does that play out in your family dynamic? What do they think of Dad doing this?
It's the right timing, man. I'm telling you, I just performed for the first time in 8 years, did a show, and my 18-year-old, she unfortunately had to be at work. She has a job at Hobby Lobby, but my 11-year-old and my 13-year-old were there, helping set up. And yeah, I think at least right now they're in a phase where they think it's pretty cool,
that's fun.
They were too young to experience the beautiful Eulogy era. So they appreciate the recordings, but they were too young to be aware. So they've known I was a rapper, but they haven't experienced me creating music to this extent. And it's been cool. My son legit is he's decided he wants to be a rapper now, so he's
cool.
trying to memorize stuff and everything. So yeah, it's been cool. Cause there are times where what you're expressing, I'm like, man, I was at a point one time in the middle of ministry and everything. I couldn't even look in the mirror. I tell this, I couldn't even look in the mirror and say, hey, yo, I couldn't, I was someone else may know that I used to be a rapper, but I don't know that I used to be a rapper. I don't believe
that's how it was. We were in a band in high school, and I was definitely the most emo of us all. Okay, I'll admit that. But I look back and listen to those songs, and my kids love them, and they laugh, and it's fun watching them experiencing it for the first time.
Yeah.
And my daughter is still young enough to be like, Dad, you're playing guitar at church this week? That's so cool. Yeah. So it's really awesome to hear your kids are on board.
That's
and
so cool.
They're in the production. They're making that's awesome.
You got to get your son or one of your daughters to start making beats for you and just really make it a family affair.
Yeah.
Dude, my youngest is proficient in piano and guitar. And so my aspiration, I kid you not, I would say in about 4 years from now, I want to start making acoustic albums and I want to explore that. I've already been
That's
deep
cool.
diving into like Blaze Foley and, you know, obviously Johnny Cash, things like that. And I'm like, dude, could I be the guy to like translate hip hop lyricism to the more folk songwriter, but not modern folk with like a bunch of harmonies and big production, just like the
Yeah.
guy and his guitar, you know? And I thought it'd be me learning to play guitar, and I was like, no, it's not going to happen. But I'm like, my daughter could do it, you know? And so, like, in 4 years from now, Lord should tarry, like, I would love to have it where my youngest daughter is musically producing me and, you know, kind of harmonizing when I sing choruses and then I'm rapping verses. Oh, man, that would be so cool.
Yeah.
That's killer. That'd be
That
so
would be cool.
killer.
How does your church relate in all this? Like, do they know your rap? Like, do they see you? What do they think? How does
Did you
what's
have that on your
dynamic?
resume when you got hired?
Let's just say we have not announced to the congregation that the album comes out this Friday.
Oh, that's funny.
I play it super low key. When I was doing the show, though, since I did start promoting it on social media, a few people who found out wanted to come, and I was like, man, I don't want to tell the whole congregation because I don't want them to feel pressure to come just because I'm a pastor. Again, this is the pessimistic side. They just want to support, like they think it's cool. And so when I did the concert, it's like you did have a few of the, I wouldn't say our oldest saints, but you know, definitely some saints in their like 60s and, you know, 50s who are not hip hop heads who came out and supported. And then a lot of families who brought their little kids, like 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds. And so I don't know. I'm learning how to reconcile the things, but I think, yeah, it's still, there's going to be moments for different people where it's going to be weird for them and it's weird for me. Because sometimes people join our church and they don't know that I used to be a rapper. And then they start finding me online and they're like, what? He's a rapper? I would have never guessed, you know, or whatever. And so it is fun. It's just funny. And I think those were the things that made me feel like, am I a fraud? You know, am I not really? But it's like, no, I'm really a pastor now, but I'm also really a rapper.
Yeah.
And so I'm embracing both. And sometimes there'll be intersection and sometimes there won't. And it's okay. But I think I'm committed to, I'm never going to do a concert in our church's building. I just don't want to create that association.
Yeah.
I want them to know that, like, when I'm there. We're not turning this into a concert venue. I'll rap at somebody else's church, you know, but not the place where we gather. Just because, again, I don't want to muddy the waters where people are having a hard time relating to me as their shepherd because they're now beginning to view me as an entertainer or, you know, a rapper, and they're not even a hip hop fan or whatever, you know. So it is interesting, but I can only hide so well because I've got to promote myself on social media, which is like, I'm learning how to do that now because it's like, how do people promote themselves today? You know,
Us too. We're learning the same stuff.
Yeah.
Uphill battle.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's cool.
Well, I'm super excited about the album. I love it.
It's great.
We're very thankful for you coming on here and talking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a blast. I got through all my questions, and I mean, I'm sure I could talk more, but yeah, thank you. Is there anything you want to, where can people find you on socials, that kind of stuff? You want to put that out there?
Brian with a Y, Braille. So BRYAN, BRAILLE. Yeah. Find me
across Instagram, all the socials, all the same?
Yeah, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. Thankfully, I've got the Brian Braille. It used to be Braille Hip Hop, and then I started, you know, rebranding as Brian Braille. So if you're looking for Pastor Brian, or if you're looking for MC Braille, you find him in the same place.
Same spot.
I will make sure all those links get in our YouTube descriptions. That's cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you. Thank you.
And
so
I hope
much.
you just have tons of success with this album. It's really great, honestly. I love listening to it. Like I was saying, it really spoke to me, and I can relate to everything you're talking about. So,
Yep.
That's encouraging, man. That's like if it resonates with a handful of people out there, I'm like, okay, good. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to everything you got coming. I'm looking forward if you keep the socials up with studio production, how it's all built. I mean, I work in a studio every day. I love seeing all that kind of stuff, what people are picking, their mics, their pre's, compressors, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah,
Fun.
I'm excited what you got going on, man.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
thank you.
You guys are a cool group to hang out with. So yeah,
Thank you.
keep it up, man.
Let's do it again sometime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Maybe when the album drops in a couple months, which album?
The next
fourth,
one.
or fifth,
Second
or
one.
yeah.
Yeah. The next. Yeah, I'm not gonna give it away yet, but it's fun. It's a whole different. Yeah, I basically locked myself in the studio with a grimy East Coast, rapper, close friend of mine, and I'm like, I'm putting myself to the test. I'm like,
Yeah.
can I keep up with this guy? Okay, and then I'll find a producer. I'm like, can I make a song with this guy? And so I'm just having fun. I'm like trying to challenge myself.
Nice.
Yeah, it'll be
That's
good.
awesome.
Killer.
That's great. Thank you so much, dude.
Thanks, Brian.
All right, have a good night, guys.
You too.
You too. God bless.
Bye-bye.
I don't know how to end it. There we go. That was fun.
That was fun.
That was.
Yeah.
My mouth is sore from smiling.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Dude, he's got such good energy.
Yeah, he's a cool
yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
And this album is really good. And the more I listen to it, the more it grows on me. I like it when he raps fast. I like his fast stuff a lot.
Yeah. There was a big difference between, or not a big difference. There was some changes I noticed. Like some of his stuff, he's going so fast. Like on Native Lung, there's, stuff where it's so like upbeat and energetic. This album's a little more laid back in its production, and I really dig that. It's more beautiful Eulogy kind of esque with the more kind of softer tones, not hugely transient instrumentation, and I really dig it. Kind of like a lo-fi vibe, but not quite. If that makes any
I got a lot of
sense.
lo-fi
Yeah.
stuff going
Yeah.
on.
He had
The way everything kind of had that. The piano on Intense was really like
soft
almost
attacks.
like, it was laid back. It was a little muffled, and like it sounded like he recorded it either like a toy piano or like with a bad mic almost.
Yeah.
It was really cool.
Yeah, I love. There's a. I don't know if you guys ever listened to Show Baraka, but there's a few songs on there that had like some of the samples and the call outs and what was being sampled in the beat were reminiscent of Show Baraka's The Narrative from 2016, which is another one of my favorites. He's just got like great flow, and Greyson's choking on his 90 proof.
I breathed it.
Anyway, that was so cool. So I have one big regret, and not big, but a regret in life. In 2017, maybe it was 2018.
You could have been a rapper.
I could have been a rapper. No. So I met Citizens, that band. I met them because they had a thing on their social media like, hey, we're coming into San Francisco and we need people to run the merch booth. And so I just like tweeted at them like, I'll do it. And so I did it, and I got to meet them, and that's how me and Brian from Citizens became friends. And then these guys did the same thing. And I was working at Skywalker, and I was going to go to their show, but then there was going to be a screening of some movie at the ranch that I really wanted to see, and there was like some talker or something. So I decided to go to that instead. And then it just like wasn't worth it. I could have gone and seen a free Beautiful Eulogy show, and now they don't play anymore. It was their last tour, which I didn't know at the time.
Oh.
So super bummed.
Yeah. I love that his kid made the album art. That's the
Artwork,
coolest
that's
thing,
cool.
dude.
He has some videos of them like packing CDs and stuff
It's the dream.
on Instagram and stuff. Yeah.
What a cool dude.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that was real fun.
Did I look that tired?
I mean, a little bit.
A little bit.
Dude, I was so entertained, and then I'd be like, Oh, I feel this yawn coming on. Man, just like keep it close. What the heck were you guys texting about?
It wasn't us.
So I texted Jared
Yeah.
that he was sleepy.
Uh-huh.
But then other than that, I mean, I muted as soon as you said that. And then afterwards, I still heard some.
I know some. That's why I thought you guys were texting back and forth.
Maybe it was
maybe
Brian.
coming on his end. It
Yeah.
could have been.
Oh, okay.
Because
I kept hearing text message sounds. I was like, what is going on right now? The disrespect.
You have this like FOMO that we're always having side conversations without you.
I don't want to talk about it.
I thought
don't
that
wanna talk about
Blake sent that, and I thought you were mad that you could hear the sounds. Like, who are you guys talking to?
So I was a little bit, because originally I was like, wait, hold on. You're upset that I look tired, but you guys are just over here goofing around.
Texting.
Yeah. But then
Like, you could at least include me.
Yeah, dude. If you guys are goofing, let me goof too. But then I just got a text message from Blake in the middle of the interview. Apparently, you said it at 5:15, saying "I'll wait and I'll wait." What the heck are you waiting for?
What?
I saw that question mark come through, and I'm like, what is that from?
It just showed up.
Oh, that's so weird. When you were at Total Wine and asked about the Taylor, I responded from my car.
I got it in real time.
But then I was like, oh no, I only sent that to Jared. So I responded to the thing from my phone, and it went to both of you.
Oh.
Yeah, okay.
But that's funny. You just got that because that was 5 hours
It just
ago.
showed up in the middle of this interview, and I was
That's
like,
super weird.
Are you upset? I'm asking a question. I'm sorry I'm asking a question.
I'll wait. That's hilarious.
Yeah, like I'd be like that passive aggressive. Like,
You go ahead, Jared.
Yeah,
not like I've
fine.
been
I
talking
guess you can.
the whole
I'm only
time.
fanboying out over here. I've wanted to talk to him for years. I guess you can take a question.
Let's ask him, Blake.
Yeah.
Will you send a thank you follow-up email, I'm sure?
Yeah, of course.
Let's ask him if he's got a picture that we
Yes.
can use.
Yep.
And then also if we can put his songs in the episode. I think it'd be cool to have like
I was thinking that too. Have stuff playing
intro
under
or
the background.
outro or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, did you guys hear me play a sound on accident?
No, I don't think so.
I don't
No,
remember.
I was trying to find before my question with Intense because that song is so good. For real.
So that was on a New Music Friday, one of our first.
Yeah, it's a single on Spotify.
How did I miss it?
Don't know.
I don't remember it being. It must have been one of the times you guys did it.
Oh,
Maybe.
maybe.
Okay. Well, I just that it was stuck in my
Because you
head
don't read
today.
them unless you post it.
Yes.
Well,
Same.
I'm just kidding. There's definitely been times where I haven't read them all.
yeah. But anyways, I was trying to find the lyrics for it, and the first link that showed up in my Google search was Intense Music and Lyrics, and I clicked it to Spotify, and it said it started playing right away, and it just said no lyrics yet, and I was like, what the heck? So,
That's funny.
oh man, so good. All right, now that's it now for a while. What do you guys think?
The special R.
And for the first time ever, I don't have a bedtime tonight, so
I do.
maybe we should stay up late.
Dude, I would love to, but also this is my mom's bedroom for the week, so I can't stay up forever.
You stick your mom in your home bar?
Yeah, she sleeps right on
comes
there
over?
on the stools.
You just push them together so there's a bed?
It's a real Michael Scott situation.
So
Anyway.
funny.
Yeah.
I got a couple things I want to bring up because there's been big...
Yeah, so we can get to that now, right? I
Let's
have
go,
it on
dog.
my notes.
I mean, you only got 30 minutes.
How much
no, how much?
English do you need?
I need all the English, okay?
Okay, now we got to cut this.
Well, no. I want to talk about two big things in the whiskey world.
Okay, Smokeye. Is that not number one?
No, I wasn't going to talk about Smokeye.
You said it.
Oh, I told you to remind me to talk about Smokeye.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Bonus.
Apparently,
yeah,
I just read text and I assume who they're from, and I don't read it because I also thought Blake sent that text.
Grayson, I wish you'd listen to me.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'll try. I'm sweating. I'm really hot.
Really?
Yeah.
I just got warm too. I think my air went off.
Dude, it's been so hot here in Sacramento the last couple days.
Okay, more interesting things. You have 2 things plus Smokeye?
Yeah. So have you guys been following Matt Madness at all?
I don't know who
I
that is.
have. So Matt Porter from ADHD Whiskey has a Matt Madness where is he going I've never watched it. He's going through like whiskey tuber tasters as like a March Madness
he
type of thing.
basically collaborates with all the whiskey people across social medias.
Uh-huh.
And he sends them all samples, and he does it in a bracket style tournament.
Yeah, Dan Snook's like in the top, right?
Well, that's what I was going to talk about.
Okay.
So
Who is?
Dan Shook,
from-
one of the
Shook
Bourbon Junkie
from
guys.
Bourbon Junkies.
Okay.
Okay, so for the last 2-3 months, they've been going almost every Friday rounds of elimination. You going to Weller?
I have switched.
You switched? Oh, we're not doing 12?
I told you I didn't grab the 12. Many
And I'm
times.
not cracking my 12 tonight.
Many times I said it.
What? I guess I'm not cracking mine then.
No, we'll save it for a real review.
Okay.
Gosh, you see how you've disappointed us, Blake?
Okay, but
You've
I
got-
disappointed you 6 hours ago, and you're now just coming to the realization.
It's down the hall.
Yeah, dude, just go freaking get it.
It's in the back on the top.
I'm sorry your collection's too vast and too great.
I
and
have to
it's
get out
so
the ladder.
hard. Yeah, it's so fantastic that I can't even reach the bottle up there.
My vault inventory is not up to par, and I don't know where it is.
Yep.
Sorry, I had to loan my ladder to Scrooge McDuck so he could go find his gold bars in his safe.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, anyways. Matt Porter
Yeah. America.
has been doing this process of elimination. Friday was the finals.
Oh.
I watched it. It was wild. And for the first time ever...
Wait, in
there's
which
a-
way? In which way? Why was it wild? What happened? Explain it.
So, like, first off, the samples he sent, they were good samples, but they were nothing like, wow, how did you get that sample, right?
Yeah.
And the whole game is he sends 4 or 5 samples, and during, he asks them all, and they're all blind, right? So he'll be like, okay, what's the proof? What's the age?
So other YouTube whiskey people are sending him these things,
Other way
No.
around.
He sends them to them
And-
each round.
and they blind taste. Do they do it live with him?
Yeah, all live stream.
Okay.
Okay. So
Are they via Zoom? Just out of curiosity, or like this?
Or are they together?
yeah, just like this from
Okay.
wherever they're at.
That's cool.
Okay. What made it wild was Grease, I forget which podcast he's from, and Dan both have like ADHD,
Yeah.
and they both love trash talk.
Yes.
So on a 3-hour live stream, I mean, it could have been an hour, right? But there was so much goofing around. Like Matt Porter kept kicking them out. Like, we need a break from you. Your energy's wild right now. So he'd kick them out, and then 10 seconds later, when they'd come back in, they'd be like topless and like just crazy stuff. Anyways, very entertaining. First time ever. Do you want me to tell you who won?
Which YouTuber?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Dan?
First time ever. Back to back. 2-time champ. Dan Shook.
Wow.
Meaning he was able to determine who it was or what the bourbons
to
were.
guess.
Yeah, like he was closest on proof guesses,
Okay.
ages, distillers, actual bottle names, all of it.
It's funny because when
So-
I watch Bourbon Junkies do that between Dan and Sean, I feel like Sean is always more closer a winner.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yep. It was pretty funny.
That's fun.
Yeah, because they do their Christmas thing,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
Sean smoked them a couple years in a row.
Oh yeah.
But then Dan goes to Matt Madness, and he's like he's just taking names. He's so good at it. It makes no sense.
Do you remember who else was in Matt Madness?
Dude, I should find
A lot of people.
the Matt Madness bracket. It was so ridiculous. That's why it
Sure,
took
Mash and
months.
Drum and Drums and Drams and
Oh yeah, tons of them. Sean from Bourbon Junkies was in it.
Yeah.
Brandon from Evernorth sniped Sean early on
Oh,
in the
that's
bracket.
funny.
So as like a guest appearance. It was pretty crazy.
Oh, that's cool. That's fun. Maybe one year we'll be invited.
Maybe. Well, you're the only one going, dude.
What? No, we'll all go there, taste one taste, and then we have to collectively
I want to go.
agree.
I mean, I would love to be invited, but if someone's like, "Hey, what proof is this? Who's the distiller?" Like, we would have to do a lot of practice, just us.
I need
Blake
to
would
drink
be
a
the best.
lot more whiskey.
That's
to
what
figure
I'm
out that
saying.
kind of
Blake
stuff.
would be the best.
But that's not saying much.
We got to get into some blinds. We just got to build that muscle.
Yeah,
we
for
gotta,
sure.
We gotta be sending each other stuff. Man.
Okay. By this weekend, let's all commit to filling some sample bottles and shipping them the following week.
Got it.
We all
have
have
sample
the
bottles.
stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We just have to do it.
Hang on,
I will do that.
Why are you confused, Jared?
I'm not confused. I'm trying to find this bracket to show you guys.
Oh.
It's locked behind a Patreon wall, dude. Never mind. I'm trying to show you this bracket. All right, this is the second thing
Okay.
that I want to talk about. Have you guys been keeping up with Uncle Nearest?
Yeah,
No.
they going either they're going bankrupt or something like that, or they defaulted on like 108 million.
No,
Something like
dude,
that?
No, they were a startup a few years ago, right? And their whole
Yeah.
claim to fame is Uncle Nearest taught Jack Daniels how to distill,
Right.
right? So the history in Tennessee whiskey with Uncle Nearest is crazy. So the quick and dirty of this is they've been taking out huge loans for capital so they can grow the business and distribute and everything. And the way Kentucky law and Tennessee law works with banks is you can use your filled barrels as collateral,
Oh no.
as a valuation. So they filled all their rick houses,
Oh boy.
got this huge evaluation, borrowed $200 million, right? Then they started
intense.
selling barrels, which devalued the company without paying the bank off, right? And so they've been doing all these like backdoor barrel deals, and there's so many layers to it. The bottom line is the bank sued them not for the money, but to own the company.
Did they win?
The bank won.
Whoa.
So they got all of their barrels and
They're
everything.
now a
Whole
bank
company.
owned.
No, like the bank
Company?
said, I forget the word for it. It's not conservatorship. It's basically
Receivership.
receivership. Yeah, you're Googling it.
Yeah.
So the bank won, they got receivership, and the bank said the current owners have to stay on in this lawsuit to be our marketing people. Because they are really good at what they do. They're just terrible business owners.
Yikes.
That's crazy.
So it's pretty wild what's going on with Uncle Nearest, especially because one of my buddies loves it and he's like, "Oh, I like it so much better. It's the best Tennessee whiskey," and blah blah blah. And so I told him, and he was like, "No, that's not real. That's fake news." And I was like, "Google it, dude. It's all over the internet right now."
That's crazy.
Wow.
Greyson's reading up all about it.
I didn't know it was female owned.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay, so that's number one.
That's 2.
Oh, Dan Shook. Yeah.
Dan Shark.
Okay.
Congratulations.
So what's Smokeye Hill?
Okay, Smokeye Hill. This might not make it into the podcast yet.
Okay.
Well, okay. So, they told
Are we
me
getting
they're
media
working on a
bottles?
few different projects.
Are we getting media bottles?
Who told you?
His
Oh,
hat
there's a
lady.
spider. Okay. I don't want to say his name, but
Okay.
the guy I've been talking to about
Voldemort.
Tom Riddle.
no.
Tommy Riddle.
So we've been going back and forth, right? They sent
Yeah,
us
yeah.
the bottle. The bottle was weird, this and that. Okay, so I was talking to him. He messaged me and said, "Glad you got the package. Here's a label whenever you can send that bottle back so we can do some quality testing on it." So,
Grayson's like,
why do you look
can't
so
drink
surprised?
the rest of it.
What?
It's gone.
Did you finish it?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh,
Oh, dude.
I just really love tires.
But I probably would have started it if again if you hadn't told me that, so I won't touch
Yeah,
it.
yeah. No, don't finish that.
Okay.
That's funny.
But
A
what?
little
But
bit.
you've had more of it.
No, I'm saying I might try a little bit more before we send it back.
You might just hit that tire. Well, when we're all together, I'm going to bring Smokeye Hill, so we can do.
Oh, that's an episode right there. My smoke eyes, your smoke eyes, everybody's smoke eyes.
That's what I mean.
I'm not
We got the
bringing
tire
bottles, I don't
Smokeye.
think.
Oh, wait. What do you mean?
I
you're
got
not
like
bringing
5
bottles?
sticks in my drawer right now,
On the plane with me, I'm probably not gonna fly with 2 suitcases.
especially open bottles.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. Well, we should re-examine Smokeye Hill.
Yeah, I have one of those tire ones.
Okay. Well, then I'll bring the fresh bottle down with me.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Anyways, he was saying.
And the matchbook.
This matchbook right here.
Yeah.
What if you just opened it right now and like
Just
lit
start
one?
lit them all. No, don't do it. Don't do it. No, don't do it. Don't bet it. Don't bet it.
So he was messaging me, and I messaged him back like, yeah, when I get a chance, I'll get the bottle, I'll send it back, yada yada yada. And I said, I also am excited to hear about this rye you guys may or may not be working on. And he said there's a lot of fun projects, and he can't wait to get the clips we're going to pull from the episodes and whatnot. And he has put us on the media list.
No. Are you
Yeah.
freaking kidding me?
No, dude, I have I have the email.
I'm a piddle. I just piddled. Dude, this is literally my dream.
No, I told him.
Let's
I told
go.
him. I even told him like, hey, we were so surprised and like excited about you guys showing support, and we made a joke. And when I told the people who run the Instagram that like we were really blown away, and it felt like you were the first real supporters of our podcast. And he was like, well, that's awesome. You want to be on the list? I'll put you on the list.
Dude.
And I was like, we would love it. I will even tell you right now, I'll pay for it. I don't want a free handout. We are supporters. Like, we'll take it. And he was like, you're on the list. We'll let you know when the next stuff is coming.
Oh my god.
Does that mean they're gonna like when they launch something, we get it?
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's what a
I-
media list is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get
if
a
we're
sample
on the
of
media,
it.
Yeah, if we're on the media list, I'm trying to find the email.
Dude. Oh. That's all I've ever
That's
wanted.
so cool.
That is so awesome. That is so cool. Okay,
Man, you guys
so
are good with people.
I'm going to. So I have a bottle of the 131.2 and the 131.4 and the 134.2.
okay.
You have a problem.
No, I see. Tommy has a 132. You have your 134 that you're going to resend. We'll have my open one. We'll bring all 5 or 6 or however many these are, and we'll taste them. We'll do a definitive which one's better blind with Tommy in the studio. You guys can meet him.
Let's do it.
Done.
Can we yell
What's
at him?
what's Tommy bringing though?
Yeah, well, yeah. What's
He'll
he
bring the
bringing?
132 Smokeye. It's a Smokeye. He might bring others. I don't know. I can't speak
like-
for him.
I feel like you've really hyped up Tommy,
Oh my gosh.
and for him to be brought into our good graces, he should bring some good stuff.
Yeah, dog.
Uh-huh.
Because you made his name a dirty word. Okay.
I think that's called envy, jealousy, covetousness.
Not at all.
Covet.
There's a
Yeah.
CH in there.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you say it?
Covetousness.
That sounds
I don't
right.
think that's a word either.
So the exact words, Blake,
Yeah.
calm yourself. The exact words are, I will happily add your name to our media list and get a bottle shipped to you once they're ready.
Dude, okay, there is something, as I was sipping these and thinking about the different ryes that I've had, I love bourbon. It'll always be my favorite. But when a company comes out with a new rye, something about that's just so exciting.
The part of the reason why I asked is because I saw a Smokeye Hill rye label.
Yeah,
a
and that's what I'm
green
talking about, the one that you sent us.
I cannot find it anywhere now.
That was on the Coming Whiskey Insta. Yeah.
Oh, is it still there?
I think that's what it was. Because I think I might have seen that too. But I'm super pumped for that. And I think I told you guys the other night, I cracked that one of the Old Forester Ryes. So I think we have our episodes for our in-persons next time.
We're going to need a lot of pancakes.
Breakfast burritos.
Yeah.
Do you know where we're going on Saturday, Jared?
No.
I do.
Guess.
Do share.
Starts
Well,
with what, Grace?
One clue.
Yeah. One clip.
Syrup.
We going to Knott's?
I'm going to Knott's.
Blake's going.
Oh, I knew you were going to Knott's. I thought you were saying you're taking us to Knott's.
No. We're going Saturday for Addie's birthday. My parents are here. We're all going.
Oh, Dad leaves tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, Dad's going to drive down tomorrow.
I
You
need
want
3
3?
bottles. I need 3 bottles.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. I think it's buy 3, get the 4th free. I need 4 bottles, whatever the deal is.
I don't even get the 4th free one as the mule.
No, I'm paying the money.
Okay.
Oh, no. Is it buy? I don't remember the deal.
Okay.
You let me know what the deal is.
Okay.
I need more, though.
Yeah.
Because I only have 1 bottle left, and I'm taking it to Idaho for John and Chad.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So,
Yeah. I'll grab some. That's fun. I'm excited about that Smokeye.
yeah, dude.
They have one of the coolest toppers. It's so heavy.
It's so heavy. Yeah, it's cool.
I love that.
Yeah.
Love
It's a
that.
beefy boy for sure.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that cocktail I had tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walk us through that. You had a teaspoon of bourbon with a big ice cube, and
That was one of the biggest cocktails I've ever made.
Like half size?
you know what you should do. You know what you should
do me
do.
a solid in editing and put the picture up on it, because that was a huge cocktail.
What I want you to do is
I
like
got it.
You're gonna like shrink it down.
just like
With a banana. Oh my gosh. How good was that last episode's editing though? Did you guys catch all my secrets? Or-
I got halfway through
okay, so
for
no.
the tags and clips and whatnot. It was so good.
I don't think I totally finished it. But
Dude,
so tell me some of
especially-
the other secrets.
Yeah,
I'm trying to remember now. So you saw the Southern Greyson.
yeah, dude. I laughed so
I
hard.
didn't see it.
Dude, it's so.
Did you hear? Did you get to that point in the podcast?
Maybe not. Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
Is it within like the last hour?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's whenever we're talking. I think.
What did you do? You put it over my face?
Yeah, like he literally just grabbed a still of it, and your face just became that face for like 4 or 5 seconds, and then it goes back to your face.
I had some fast forwarding and some 3 hours later type
Yeah,
stuff.
I saw
I
those.
saw the long bar bleep out when Sarah was
that
watching.
was too long. I didn't realize that.
She was like, "This is too long." Ember's like, "This is hurting my ears."
Wasn't that loud. Was this the one where I edited out the one thing and I put the bleep over the mouth with our logo and the bars? Did I send you guys that?
I haven't seen that,
I haven't seen that either.
but
That
it might be.
it must be the alien episode. I can't remember.
This one you just cut out a bunch of stuff because I think it went too long and we were getting rowdy.
Yeah, we had started talking about stuff that didn't matter. I can't remember everything, but there's some fast forward moments where I put one of my Jesus songs in there as it's fast forwarding real fast.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't remember all that kind of junk. Anyway, yeah, I don't want to be done.
I know, right?
I want to talk about things. Jared, game. Jared, game.
I didn't.
Show me your CDs.
It's your turn. It's your turn. Did you guys pour anything else? Or are you still on the special reserve?
That's
got
all
special.
I'm having. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I'm having tonight.
Me too.
You already had more.
Yeah. All right, rate it.
The special reserve.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
we need our scale. Is it final? Did you decide, or did we decide that?
I don't think. I mean, it doesn't feel ready yet. And like I said, I need help with graphics.
No, that's fine. I'll work on a graphic, but is
Right.
the rating system right?
I mean, it could be close if we want it to be that if we want it to be that.
Do we just want to dumb it down? It's like it's 0 through 10. Here's what we're calling it.
Yeah, it just all still has to be done. What are you smirking about, Smirker?
I'm just listening to you guys. I'm looking for this Smokeye Hill label. I think they scrubbed it.
Why?
Like I can't find it anywhere.
Oh, okay.
Not even in our message chain. Nothing.
Do you want me to share, Grace, or put it in the thing again? The scale.
Okay. What do we have anything else to talk about?
I
This
just
is
want
fun.
to talk more.
I don't have to catch a train tomorrow, so you guys don't get.
Neither
to
do
harass me
I,
about
dude.
that.
Dude,
Sick.
I have to be at work at 7.
Oh,
That's
don't.
usually when I'm at work. So
Got to make dash money.
that's your problem.
20.
God, dude.
Okay. You want to know what I'm super excited about that
What?
came
Tell
out
me.
today?
Tell me.
Nobody knows?
I said, tell me. I don't know.
No, I don't know.
I'm a fanboy.
Thursday. Cursive.
It's not music.
Is it a font? Typeface?
Is it a new camera?
No.
Is it a movie?
It's media.
A book?
No.
New kind of ink?
Nope.
Something new from something new from Peter McKinnon?
New shovels for digging graves?
No. Mm-mm.
Is it music? It's not music. You
Nope.
said no music.
Not music.
It's a
It's
book.
not a movie.
It's an audiobook.
Not an audiobook.
Oh, it's new VR glasses.
No.
New.
Is it a show?
Yes.
Oh, is it
Oh.
the new Alien Earth episode?
No.
No.
It's the axe guy.
Yeah.
Axe guy.
Cameron Hames.
No,
Oh, did
Carr. What's his
Jack
last
Carr.
Jack Carr.
Did that come out tonight?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so Monday.
the new series?
Dark Wolf. I think 3 episodes released
I
tonight, but
thought
I'm
it
not
was
sure.
tomorrow.
But we gotta finish. We gotta finish Alien Earth.
I'm
Oh,
caught
we
up. Are
will.
you caught up?
What, Blake?
Are you guys all caught up?
Is there only the 3?
No, 4th was released on Tuesday.
I
haven't
have not
watched
watched
it
the
yet.
4th.
No.
Okay. It
Okay.
releases at 5 p.m. on Tuesday. I tried to watch it yesterday at my lunch, but I couldn't, so I watched it today.
Okay.
With the Taco Bell.
Are we hitting Taco Bell when you guys pick me up at 9 p.m.?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Dude, guess what?
What?
Yeah. No, that's not what I was gonna say, but then I was like, oh, this could work. Starting, did I tell
How
you
many
guys this?
things can I get?
How many
Yeah,
things?
dude.
Did I tell you
All
guys
of
this
them.
already? I was talking to my wife last night, and I made a declaration. Maybe I guess.
Okay.
Maybe I told you. And I phrased it like this. I said, starting September 9th, I'm gonna start eating at Taco Bell every day because chili cheese burritos back. September. No.
Oh. So you like pooping your pants every day?
Yeah.
How's that gym coming along at
Yeah,
PlayStation?
yeah, yeah. How's
So-
all that extra paddle ball time?
So good. It just pushes it right down.
Are you still playing paddleball?
Are you still playing paddleball?
That's deflection if I've ever heard it.
I played last week.
Cool.
I'm too busy right now. Gotta watch TV on my breaks and you talk about.
So what did Shayla say when you told her that you're gonna eat?
She just
Taco Bell
rolled
every
her
day?
eyes and shamed me.
She shamed you?
Yeah,
Did she shame you, or was she trying to hold you accountable?
it's the same thing.
No, it's not.
Oh my gosh, man! I could
Yeah.
eat some Taco Bell right now.
Dude, I'm so hungry. I've been on the meat veggie rice train for days now.
So eating food, okay?
Yeah.
no, just
how
like-
is that a challenge?
Well, when you're eating
No
a calorie
carbs is
deficit-
hard.
Is it rice?
No,
a
I mean
carb?
rice.
What are you whining about, dude?
I'm not whining. I'm just saying I'm in such a calorie deficit, losing weight again, that I am always hungry.
Yeah.
All the time.
Are you doing like 500 a day deficit?
Yeah, shooting for about 500. And I'm actually trying to start running again, even though my ankle's still screwy. Oh, my ankle doctor. That was a great appointment today. I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just rough. I'm hungry. Taco Bell sounds so good right now.
Okay, are
Is
we
your
gonna-
ankle broken?
Yeah, I broke it last April.
You broke it?
Wait, what?
Yes, like I was in a cast
boot?
for. Yeah.
TFTI, dude. You never said nothing.
No, dude, it was like a whole workers' comp thing with my old job, and like it's still going on. They're trying to. My doctor today told me she wants to order an MRI, and she's gonna try to rate me for disability and like all the like I can't run anymore.
Did you know
feel
about
like
this,
I don't-
Grayson?
I mean, maybe a boot sounds vaguely familiar, but no.
Guys, I've told you about this.
Not sure,
I've
dude.
told you about this.
Play the tapes.
Yeah, sure.
We didn't have a podcast
Play
at
the
the
tapes.
time.
Oh, very
And
convenient.
whose fault is that?
So this is one of those moments where Sarah's gonna watch the tape, and she's gonna be like, "Why are you guys being mean to Jared again? You're ganging up on Jared again." Yeah, no, I've been going to the doctor like almost every month for 18, 19 months now.
What?
Okay, honestly, this is the first time hearing about it.
Bro, you guys just don't listen to me.
Okay.
You just don't care.
This is threshold.
That was perfect. I wasn't even thinking about that.